Hey, Tracy lovers, let me come talk to y'all real quick. Y'all know what's really hard? Y'all know I gotta talk about it. What's hard is when people tell you to be like, be obedient, trust God, stay humble, and keep going. But nobody really come and talk about what obedience feel like when you hurting. Nobody talks about what it feels like when you trying to do the right thing, when you trying to stay consistent, you trying to stay humble, you trying to stay kind, trying not to react, trying not to crash out, and everything still feel heavy. Oh my God, y'all. Lately, I just been asking myself, like, what am I doing this for? And it's not because I don't love God. It's not because I'm so ungrateful. It's not because I don't know I'm blessed, because I know I'm very blessed. I would never undermine that. But it's because sometimes obedience just feels so lonely. Sometimes obedience feel like you getting overlooked, you being misunderstood, you keep getting hurt, you keep being rejected, you keep getting disrespected, and you still got to keep your heart clean. You still have to have a pure heart. Now, that is the hard part. And some of us feel guilty for even admitting that. Like, we think that if we get frustrated, then maybe we not faithful. But that's not the truth. And the reason I'm coming to talk to this, like, I know I talk a lot about keep going and being consistent and being good stewardships, and all that ties into being obedient. And this is proof. This is right now. This video is hard for me. It's hard for me. This is me real lifetime, like, coming on here trying to be consistent, being faithful, being obedient, and I still have my own feelings. But obedience, it really is not perfect. It's not being perfect. It's just doing it. And I think a lot of us misunderstand obedience. Because obedience is not being emotionless. Obedience is not letting people walk over you. And obedience is not blindly listening to every voice around you. Now, some of us, we know we have to be obedient, but then it's like, who is we listening to? Who am I getting my discernment from? Like, what am I doing? What am I being obedient? Like, what do I have to do consistently that God's telling me to do? I just feel like real obedience is aligning with God. It's alignment. It's choosing God direction even when your feelings want to pull you somewhere else. That's that. I know how you be like, I just want to quit, but I'm still here, or I want to react so bad, but I'm just going to pause. Or that I want to give up, but I'm going to go ahead and pray first. That's been me all week. So I get it. I get trying to be obedient, trying to be consistent, I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. And honestly, sometimes obedience feel ugly before it starts feeling rewarding. Obedience will expose your your impatience, your anger, pride, wounds, loneliness, trust issues. When you be obedient, you really facing yourself. And that's why so many people quit in the middle. Yeah, I was reading this scripture, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 through 7. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Yeah, that scripture, of course, I don't know if y'all heard it or not, but a lot of us have heard it before, and of course it sounds so nice, it sounds so beautiful. It's a promise that we look forward to. But sometimes our understanding just don't be that. Sometimes our understanding be telling us something different. Because we listen to our feelings more. Our feelings tell us to leave, or our feelings tell us to go ahead and crash out, or give up, or stop caring, be cold, get that revenge. But obedience tell us to pause. It tell us to pray and use some discernment, which can be hard. I got another scripture. Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. I could be saying that wrong. But it says, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. That is another promise that we be looking forward to. Not becoming weary. Because, of course, we are going to get tired. I know I get tired. And I think sometimes when you act like you're weary, your weariness or whatever, you think you weak. Or because you get so worried, you think you weak. I just believe weariness means that you've been fighting. It's important to just obey other than to sacrifice. Sometimes God is not asking us to destroy yourself for people. And sometimes obedience look like boundaries. Or it can look like silence. Or it can look like walking away. And sometimes obedience just look like resting. Everything is not meant to be tolerated. Even God rested. Even Jesus rested. And discernment in who you listen to is important. One thing that I've really been learning, y'all, this week is that every voice does not deserve access to your spirit. Y'all know how everybody got advices. Everybody got opinions. Everybody got a YouTube message. Everybody got some type of word. And that's when that discernment matter. Because some of those videos, it can feed your fear. Some of the things we listen to can feed our ego. Some of the things that we listen to can just confuse us. And if you constantly consuming everybody else's voice, you can't hear your own. And that's dangerous when you're trying to have discernment and you don't know what voice you're listening to. I believe that God sometimes speak through us. Sometimes he speak through conviction. I hope I said that right. He speak to us through our wisdom and from our own discernment. If we never get quiet, we'll never recognize it or be able to hear it. And discernment with God grows through relationship. That means, yes, prayer is important. That means, yes, reflecting is important. Reading the Bible is important, even when you don't fully understand it yet. And I'm not saying go read the Bible and like I'm a Bible reading woman every day, because I'm not. But it's important. It's important to build that relationship. You build it by staying connected. And honestly, sometimes obedience means slow down long enough so you can hear him clearly. Talking about being obedient when you want to say fuck everything. Because there's moments where you want to be like, man, forget this. Forget being nice. Forget being patient. Forget turning the other cheek. Forget staying humble. Sometimes that pain make you want to become hard. But every time you start feeling that way, know that you are trying to survive. You ain't losing yourself. Well, let me say this. Don't lose yourself trying to survive. Because that can be dangerous. Pain can actually change your character if you let it. And sometimes obedience protect your character. Not because God wants us to be robots. But I just believe he sees a future in us better than we do. So sometimes obedience is protecting you from becoming somebody you were never meant to be. I just think people need to hear this. I know I do. Delayed results do not mean God abandoned you. That growth underground, that still counts. Them seeds that look invisible before they start growing, still count. I'm going to say this, then I'm going to skedaddle, y'all. If you in a season where you feel like you just tired, confused, hurt, frustrated, you still trying, and you want something else, or you feeling like your consistency don't matter, it does. Your obedience always matter, even if nobody claps for you, even if nobody understands it, even if you're emotionally exhausted. And I don't know, maybe obedience right now isn't about having all the answers. Maybe it's simple, choosing not to give up today. because that counts too. And if I'm being honest, I am still learning this myself. I am still growing. I'm still healing. I'm still trying to hear God clearly. I'm still trying to trust Him when life feels heavy. But I'd rather grow through obedience than to destroy myself through impulse. And maybe that's the real strength that don't nobody talk about. Not being perfect, but choosing to keep going every day. Choosing to keep your heart pure, even when life hurts. But alright, y'all. That's that. I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in my next video. Talk to y'all soon.